Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I have got another new makeup try-on for you. This is a bunch of leftover stuff from the two makeup try-ons I did last month. One was a Sephora try-on and one was a nothing over $15 try-on. So this is going to be like a mix of affordable things and slightly more high-end. Thought that I would just put all this makeup to the test because it's stuff I was really interested in, have really high hopes for, and wanted to try it for you here today in case you're looking for some new spring makeup. So I have enough stuff to do almost a full face of new makeup, but not everything is going to be 100% new. There were some things that I didn't have a new one for, so I'll just use something that I really like. I don't know if you can hear how stuffy my voice is. My head is completely congested. I picked up a cold somewhere along the way and I have been feeling rotten the last couple of days, but today I feel like I'm finally like not a drippy faucet, so that I could actually record a video without, having to be sneezy and blowing my nose in front of you. So wish me luck with that. All right, you're in a little closer, hair is clipped back. I'm hoping for a nice, lightweight, natural looking spring makeup look today. The thing that I was most excited to try that I didn't end up trying in the Sephora video was this Summer Friday Sheer Skin Tint. I didn't end up using this in the Sephora video because it didn't get along well with the Peter Thomas Roth Instant Firmex no filter primer. This was amazing, but it just didn't play well with this, so I'm not going to use a primer with this today. I'm just going to put it on and hope for the best. It is supposed to be like a lightweight skin tint. It did take me 3 tries to get the right shade match on this. If you're thinking of picking this up, and you're ordering online, I would err on the side of darker rather than lighter because it comes in very limited shades, and I thought I would be like, what, 2 or 3, and I ended up being shade 4. So here are the swatches on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide it on with my fingers. I feel like it's, a nice lightweight tinted moisturizer. It's definitely like a runny liquid. And this is like a clean at Sephora product. Okay, let's take a look. I've got it on this side. I gotta say, it doesn't look like I have anything on. What? I guess it's giving the slightest bit of coverage. It says that it's buildable. I hope it is, because it really is very sheer coverage. That is just really not sitting well on top of my sunscreen. This is my R&R sunscreen. Let me see if I can show you what it is looking like on how it's not really sitting well on the surface. Can you see that? I don't know if my camera can focus on that, but it's just like little speckles, like it's not blending into my skin, it's just separating on top. This just doesn't look good. I feel like all they can see is like the balling and pilling all over my face. All right, maybe I should start over. All right, hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Washed my face, put on just a moisturizer, and I put on Dr. Jart Every Sunday sunscreen. If this one doesn't work out, then I don't know, that'll be 3 things that I've used this with that it just doesn't work with, but I'm hoping to record another video after this. Excuse me. So I want this to look good. I feel like a sponge would soak up too much of it, so let's go ahead and use a brush. I've got a nice brand new clean BK Beauty 101 going here. I love this brush. It's so soft, and that's why I think it would be good for something like this that's so sheer, because it's not going to pick up too much of it. Oh, it's doing the same thing. Shoot. It's not balling and pilling as much as it did with the other sunscreen. Doesn't go very far though. Using another bunch of it. Oh boy. That's too bad. I really had high hopes for this one, I love these nice, lightweight, natural looking things, but you know what I always say, if it doesn't work with my sunscreen, it is not going to work for me. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great either. I think I could work with it. For the concealer, I'd gotten a sample of this Makeup Forever Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. I'm going to use shade 30 right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my A506 brush to blend this on. That's really pretty. That actually looks really nice and really smooth. Check it out. See the difference between this eye with no concealer? It's got like the blueies and the purplies under there. And then this is really super smooth. And here's what the Summer Fridays skin tint looks like up close. Right, the finish on this is a little more luminous than I'd like, and even though this is supposed to be self-setting, it is luminous, so I'm just going to set it a little bit. So I'm going to take my NYX Mineral Matte Powder. I'll pick some up, this funny little spongy guy. And just press the setting powder in there. I don't think I love that for that. I feel like this just, it picks it up so irregularly that it's like, kind of spotty how it's applying the powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up some powder with the brush that I always use, my e.l.f. blush brush. Definitely not having the best makeup day. I think the makeup is going to go about the way I feel. Excuse me. The concealer is already settling in like my tiny, tiny, tiny little wrinkles, like really up close to my eye. And after adding the setting powder, everything just looks a little patchy and weird. So not really loving most of it at this point. I don't know if I can zoom in close enough for you to see that, but it's definitely settling in like these tiny, tiny little creases up there. And there's one like under my eye. All right, let's move on. We're gonna go in with eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Fenty Amplify Eyelid Primer. Just gonna pop a little of that on both lids. That's an old fave. I switched back to it recently because my eyelids were getting really irritated this winter, and I started looking through my other favorite eyelid primers for what the culprit could be, and I found that most eyelid primers contain an ingredient called bismuth oxychloride, and I remember that used to irritate my skin. So it could have been that, I'm not sure. So I just switched to a primer that didn't contain it, and the Fenty doesn't. So using that, and my eyelids have not been irritated since I switched. All right, for the eyeshadow today, I have an Ulta house brand Blushing Blooms eyeshadow palette. I love the Sephora house brand makeup. I really have not tried much of the Ulta house brand makeup. So I thought, you know what? I really should give the Ulta a try. So this is a really pretty palette, very rosy, very springy. First I'm going to go in with this kind of bone color here in the upper left-hand corner of the palette. I'm going to pack that on. Movable lid just to start with a nice neutral color. I feel like this is going to be a fairly pinkish look. I'm not getting very good color payout on that. This is going to be like an all fails video. Hello everybody. Today I'd like to show you all bad makeup. Well, not bad, just things that aren't working for me. Oh my goodness, and a ton of fallout on the face. Brush that away. I think I'm going to go into the crease with this pretty taupey color down here. That is coming off a lot like pinkier than I thought it would. It's more like a mauve color than a taupe. Not very true to what it looks like in the pan, I don't feel. I'm using my brush set. This was the A501, A502. This is the A503, which is just a blender. Let me use the A504. And I guess I will go in with the brownish color here. And then I'm going to go back to my A502, and I'm going to pick up some of this pinky color down here. Because why not use some of the actual colors in the palette? I'm just going to lay that right next to the brown. Okay, let's give the shimmers a try. Let's try this one at the inner corner. This pretty mauvey color over here. They just all seem to be kind of the same color, even though I used a bunch of different shades. I guess it's okay. And there's less fallout than I thought there would be based on the first shade. All right, I wanted to revisit this Milk Blush. This I thought was so pretty, but people said that, you know, it didn't even show up in the previous video that I used it in, so I wanted to give it a try again today, see if we can get more color. It could just be this shade. Pop that on there. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have a ton of color in it. Very subtle blush. Like you can just go to town with it. It's very heavy and greasy feeling. All right, I'm going to use the Say Sun Melt Cream Bronzer in light bronze. Like, even though that I ended up using shade 4 in the Summer Fridays skin tint, I feel like over time it just gets like lighter and lighter looking on my face. Like, it's such a dark shade and it looks so dark on my hand, but on my face it doesn't really look that dark. I have Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Eyeliner. Give this a try. Actually pretty nice. Giving me pretty good control, or am I just getting lucky this time? I gotta say, the winged eyeliner stamps are way easier than this. All right, well, I don't mind that. I think that's a pretty good product, good eyeliner. We will see how it wears throughout the day. Oop, I made my wing too low. See how it swoops down there? Should I go for one of those massive wings that people wear? What if instead of going there, if I kind of redo it, like this? What do we think of that? I don't hate it. Okay, well, this one seems to be more at the right angle. This one is still a little low, but I'm going to stop messing around with it. We'll just do that to see how it wears. All right, I am going to give the L'Oreal Infallible Grip another go. I'm going to use this on the upper waterline. For the lowers, I have a Sephora 12-Hour Colorful Liner. This is waterproof, and this is in this gorgeous green shade. I'm really excited about this. It's called Fresh Mint. Ooh, that's pretty. I love that. Okay. Is that going to be my favorite thing from the video, the green eyeliner? I'm going to use the Can't Stop Staring from Give again, because I really, really like this. I love the ball on the end of the applicator. All right, so I know this won't be a fail because I've used this and I like it. And I especially love this ball for being able to really wing out the outer corner of the mascara. Look at those eyelashes. Look at the difference. One coat, no coats. I'm going to use this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Liner in, is this called Power Pink or Pink? Soft Pink. For the lippy, I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stain, but in the other shade. I've shown it to you in Pinkies Up. This one is called Power Mauve. Looks a lot redder than I thought it would. It was supposed to be a nice pinky mauve. What happened? Maybe it needs a blotting. Well, kids, there's the finished look. I cannot say that I'm in love with it, for sure. I feel like I'm already looking like a little greasy in through here. Let me show it to you up close. And yeah, that blush really is not showing up. Maybe I'll add. Can I just put on my favorite, the Dior blush? This is so good. And this just feels so greasy, like it's gonna make me shiny and greasy. This is the most beautiful, beautiful blush. And it actually shows up. Look how pretty. I mean, that's subtle and everything, but is that what we're going with for the makeup look today? Oh my God, did I put on way too much blush now? Between the blush and the lippy. I feel like a painted doll. Oh my goodness, what is going on here today? You know, there's some days where you should just get under a blanket. Like, I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, why are you trying to work today? You might as well just get under a blanket, watch some Netflix. But I was like, I don't feel bad enough to like do nothing all day. All right, you guys, so here is our finished makeup look. I think based on the amount of struggle it took to get here, from a distance, it looks okay. Just, you know, me and my friend, the 10X mirror, cannot get on a good footing with this. I just think that up close, The foundation just does not look good. The concealer doesn't look good. The eyeshadow, I feel like it's fading already. The lippy, a little too bright. And the eyeliner, a little too much. But I do have that other video to record, so I'm gonna go do that. And I guess I'll wear this all day. So the check-in, it's noon right now. I'm gonna try to go to bed early, so maybe we'll do an 8-hour check-in on it. And you guys have a good day, and I will see you back here later. Hey you guys, I am back. It is 6 o'clock, so I think I finished around noon, so we're gonna do a 6-hour check-in on this makeup. I don't think it looks terrible. You know, it didn't look great when I put it on, so everything that it was doing when I first put it on, it is still doing all that stuff, like being weird, how it's sitting on my skin. Oh boy. Yeah. You know, from a distance, you just really don't see these things, but up close, it's like, oh gosh, yuck. Who wants their face to look like that? Well, not me, because there's like weird stuff everywhere. I could just sit here and like pick at my face for you. But, you know, from a distance, it looks okay. I think it's wearing okay, but it didn't look good from the start. I really came back just to check in on the eyeliners to see how they're doing. And I really, really am enjoying this Wet n Wild liquid liner. Look at that baby, still in place, not going anywhere, looks really good. Really, really love this Sephora colorful liner on the lower lid. I'm gonna wear this all the time now, this beautiful green color. And I use the Infallible Grip liner on the upper waterline. That's still in place. I think the eyeshadow palette was decent. I'll have to look up the price on it and see how much it was. But yeah, I think this was okay. It's still wearing nicely. But like the Sephora palettes that I've gotten, they're like $8 and they're so good. And this I felt like was not terrible as far as like a tinted moisturizer goes. I don't love this just because it was so finicky and didn't play well with a lot of my other things. I mean, this actually is wearing well. It's not really totally worn off, but it just looks so terrible. It looks so terrible. I feel like where I put on that Milk blush, it just completely removed the Summer Fridays skin tint, and so there's like a line where there's like just the blush greasy makeup and then the dry skin tint all around it. It's all like crusted up in like the corners of my nose. I mean, looky, it's not pretty. It doesn't look good. Can you see how crusty it looks right here? Like right here. So dry and so crusty looking, really bad, really like ick by the side of my nose, settled in wrinkle. No. What I would recommend instead is the Say Slip Tint or the Tarte Maracuja Moisturizer. These are both better products in my book because they play well with my sunscreens. I don't have a hard time putting them on, and they just give me more coverage. The concealer is just not good. Definitely worn off in there. Very drying looking, very creased, and it creased right from the very beginning. So really not enjoying this. Gonna throw this right in the trash. Goodbye. My holy grail under eye concealer that is way better than this one is the Lancome Tint Idole. I don't get what the obsession is with these little spongy doohickeys. I didn't really get it. Not enough color in this. This probably does come in other shades, so maybe there's a darker shade that it could be good. I think I might just wash my face early and go to bed early. I don't really want to come back and check in on this in 10 hours. It didn't look great for most of the day, so I'm going to put this one to bed, call it a night, take my NyQuil, get this stuffiness out of my head, and hopefully wake up feeling like $1,000,000 tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for your time, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.